All right. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Nez here with a MLB breakdown for you guys. Obviously, not going live here. Schedule is a little sporadic, but wanted to give you guys some content for the MLB main slate today. It's a 5 game main slate, kind of an interesting slate, somewhat derogatory, obviously, of no fault of the good people over there at Underdog. But this is an interesting slate. 5 game slate. It locks at 6:35 Eastern, which is an earlier lock than usual, but shouldn't be a problem. It's only 25K because we had an early slate of 20K today. So two slates coming at you. Let's take a look at this one. It's interesting just because there is just not a lot of run totals on the slate here. If you could tell by these pitching matchups, it's just there's a lot of really good pitching on the slate, but it also falls off a cliff. For me, I'm going to be prioritizing pitching very, very early when I'm looking at these lobbies. Like just to take you over to the Underdog app, Underdog lobby here, you can see pitching very high up, 1, 3, and 6 with Scubal, Valdez, and Sonny Gray. I just have them queued up right here just to kind of emphasize what that looks like. And honestly, for me, man, I would probably go 1, 3, and 4 with these guys, and then tie on pretty quickly. Next up for me at SP4, I think I'm not sure if I want to do Lugo over Will Warren, but I am tempted to get there. Warren is an interesting one just because he is, very sporadic or, hot and cold, I guess you could say, where you're looking at him giving up a ton of runs, but also being able to strike out a bunch of bats. The weather looks decent in Kansas City. Run totals are high there. So probably an avoid. But you also have Heaney in Chicago. Decent weather for pitching for Heaney, and he can strike out guys as well. So just not a lot of scoring on the slate. And just to kind of further emphasize that point here, we go over to Unabated and look at their the odds screen here for today's slate. 8 run total for Tigers and Orioles, 9 runs for Yankees, Royals. That's the highest on the slate. Then 7.5, 7.5, 7.5. So this is just like kind of wild. Astros are chalk in my eyes, outside of Yankees, in a game like in a slate like this. It's just very weird to see. Very weird. Uh, yeah, I'm honestly struggling a bit when I'm thinking about how I want to attack this slate. It could not be less cut and dry in my opinion. But one thing's for sure is I want Scuball, Valdez, Sonny Gray. First and foremost, I think these guys are the best pitching options on the slate. And with a smaller slate, we talk about this a lot, that SP scoring can really separate in a much greater fashion than on larger slates. And we have five games here. Scuball, in my opinion, clear 101 as far as pitching goes. Clear SP1, obviously. We know Scuball going up against a depleted Orioles lineup that is stronger from the left side. Going up against lefty Scuball, not ideal. But it's quite the conundrum, right? Do you want Judge or do you want Scuball 101? I'm going to be going back and forth. I really will. I want to try to have that essentially 16% of both these guys, just because I can't imagine fading one or the other. I could see either one of these dudes absolutely breaking the slate. Judge, I think, was a greater opportunity to break the slate, but both have that in their range of outcomes. Before I go on any further, let's just check the weather via Roto Grinders and our buddy Kevin Roth, our good friend, close personal friend. So as far as what we care about, Pirates and Cubs, temps in the mid 60s, winds blowing in, a little bit of a bump to pitching. That's not anything that I'm going to be like super concerned about as far as fading or trying to emphasize anything. It's just like it's a 5 game slate, man. I can't really care too much about the wind blowing in at Wrigley. It happens. 11 miles an hour blowing in. We got to draft somebody on the slate. But Astros are obviously inside. Everything looks good and fine in Kansas City. Brewers are playing inside. and Orioles 92 degrees in Baltimore. So maybe a little bit of bump to our Tigers if I had to place something, good on the weather here. For the Orioles, Dean Kramer was supposed to start. He is going to be the pitcher, the player pitcher today. I just realized I had the Bad Bros logo over my face this entire time. Let me take that down so you guys can see my beautiful, beautiful face. Haven't been paying. I'm not really looking at myself during this recording. Much more focused on the plays, as you can tell. But we're back. So Dean Kramer, right-hander, gives up a lot of hard contact to lefties. Orioles recognize this. They're going to throw Keegan Aiken, a lefty, to open the game. This is a pain in the ass. This is very annoying because for two reasons. One, we do not know for certain the lineup that the Tigers are going to put out there. Are they going to open up with a right-handed heavy lineup and then pinch hit these guys once Dean Kramer comes in? Or are they just going to, grin and bear it, throw in their lefties, and now, the first time through the order for these lefties, they have a less appealing matchup, and it hurts their projection in general. So I'm waiting to see what the hell these Tigers are going to do, but it's very annoying. I get why the Orioles have done it, but for our intents and purposes, this is a pain in the ass. We can really just kind of go game by game here and start with Tigers and Orioles. For the Orioles, man, going up against Scooball, hard to find anything that is like awesome, right? Gunnar lefty, Jackson Holiday lefty. We got Westberg hitting from the right side of the plate though, so that's nice. Rutschman better from the right side of the plate, but you're going to get leverage here because nobody is going to be taking the Orioles today. Save for the usual volume merchants that you see in these contests, no one's getting to the Orioles. And do you need to? I don't think you need to. Maybe like here and there, like a Ramon Laureano, Adley, Westberg thing that we talked about. Dylan Carlson will be in the lineup as well, hitting from the right side. But you don't. There is no point in taking all of these guys and onslaughting them. I just don't think that is going to be what wins. You just don't need to get that insane with it. To a max two of these Orioles against Scooball for the double bubble. There's just better spots to go double bubble, in my opinion. That's really all I'll have to say about this, man. The Orioles are not even hitting that well. It's not like they're in good form. But the temps are hot. Good luck if you want to play the Orioles. I'm not getting that cute. I just don't. I'm not. If I was drafting 120 lineups, 3 or 4, sure. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting there. Tigers, on the other hand, I will be getting to. Torque looks really nice. With the lefty opening today, I think we can really get the Torque. Kramer, I'm not really worried about Torque against Kramer, but now he is facing a lefty opener, even better. He's hitting the piss out of the ball. Got a good lineup around him. Temps are high. We like Torque today. Like I said, dude, it's tough to talk about the Tigers, but when I saw Dean Kramer was pitching, give me these 3 outfielders, the 1, 2, 4 in this lineup. That sounds great. I was liking Colt Keith today as well. Glaber, if you want to go down narrative street, Glaber, former Oriole killer, they moved the walls back because of Glaber Torres. Some will tell you. I just want to see this lineup, but once I see the lineup for the Tigers, man, I'm going to want to have a lot of them. To me, that's just like where my mind immediately went on this slate, was trying to get to this team. And the good thing about this is we're going to get their lineup theoretically very early. They should be one of the first lineups that we get, considering that they are the first game on the slate by 25 minutes. All right. Cardinals and Brewers. So Cardinals, Sonny Gray on the mound. Sonny Gray, I have a lot of respect for Mr. Sonny Gray. Going up against Jacob Misiorowski for the Brewers. He is a very good prospect. I believe their number 1 pitching prospect, if not their number 1. I mean, Jesus Mate is going to be probably their number 1 prospect. But regardless, Jacob is a rookie. It's his debut. Congratulations on the call-up. going up against the Cardinals. This is a 7.5 run total, like everything else on the slate other than Yankees and Royals. Jacob is not in the player pool, as is tradition for rookies. They just don't get inserted in the player pool right away. So he's another pitching option that is gone. He is not available for us to draft, which just honestly makes the top three pitchers in Gray, Skubal, and Valdez that much stronger because you don't have this option here. Jacob is a really good pitcher. He has a really high K rate in the minors, as you would expect for a good minor league pitcher with an ERA well below 3. He's very exciting prospect. He's so good. Aaron Savali just requested to be traded from the Brewers. He saw the writing on the wall. He said, "Deuces, get me the fuck out of here. It's my birthday. Trade me." That said, like we need to. There's only 5 games on the slate. We need to find angles, and one of the angles that I think that I'm looking at is Cardinals against this Brewers lineup. I just think it makes sense to get here in some form or fashion. Give me Lars, give me Wilson Contreras. We got a Q tag on Brendan Donovan. Geez, that doesn't look good. MRI on a big toe. Man, what's up with these guys and their toes, dude? We gotta stay healthy out here. If he does not play, let's see what the Roto Grinders has for the projected lineup for the Cardinals, given this news. So they think it'll be Lars, Wynn, Herrera, Burleson 5th, and then Gorman 7th. I like the lefties here for the Cardinals. Ivan Herrera kind of hits everything, so I'm not necessarily worried about the platoon split for him. But yeah, if I had to take shots here, I'd definitely go lefties first. I like Wilson Contreras as well, but I'm not like loving it. Like he's opening up on Redacted as an 8K slate, Mr. Oski is. So this is just you just gotta find an angle to play, and the Cardinals are just one way to play it. It doesn't seem like a spot where I want to onslaught necessarily, but I think mixing up some stacks of St. Louis against the Brewers today does make sense. Sonny Gray on the mound for the Cardinals. He's been really good once again. 3.3 ERA, 81 Ks for Sonny Gray right now. So it doesn't make me super interested in the Brewers. I mean, Churio, he's been okay. It's not been the season to remember for Jackson Churio. Hitting from the right side. William Contreras hitting from the right side. Terang from the left side. Frelick from the left side. I don't know, man. The Brewers have just not been very good lately. I don't really want to get to them, but looking at Terang, Frelick, Churio, I could mix and match with 3 of these guys here, but like Yelich Q tag with the swollen wrist, that doesn't sound good. But if he's in the lineup, that makes one more draftable piece for the Brewers. But yeah, you're gonna hear me say this a lot, dude. Just not really feeling the Brewers today. I think it's gonna be like a one-off. If I'm going Milwaukee here, trying to call a home run, call my shot on a home run, if I'm doing that at all. All right. Yankees and Royals. So this is the highest total on the slate. Ballpark Pal actually sims this at 10 runs. Ballpark Pal really likes the over in this game. Will Warren against Seth Lugo. Let's look at the ADPs here for the Yankees. Obviously, Aaron Judge, 101, but the pretty affordable ADPs elsewhere here, like Bellinger, easy stack, Austin Wells, easy stack, Ben Rice, easy stack, Grisham has been pretty quiet, but Grisham, easy stack, and then Jazz had groin tightness, so I can't imagine he plays considering he just came off the IL. So let's just like scratch Jazz from the ranks. And or if you want to take them late, obviously, nothing wrong with the swap. Yankees seem really easy to get to, which is nice. They are a comfy go to when you're drafting. Like, man, who do I take? If you don't have Lugo and you don't plan on taking Lugo, draft some Yankees. They just project. They just project really nicely here. I think I like Wells the most here. Uh, Probably where I lean. All right, Yankees next. Will Warren, right-handed pitcher. I'm not really sure why Jonathan India. Probably because he's on a nice 3 game stretch. I guess is why he's at ADP 22. I can't imagine getting to Jonathan India today, dude. I mean, the Royals are just so freaking infield heavy. Wasting one of those picks on India doesn't really make sense. But uh, Vinny P, dude, ADP 10. I think that's mostly fake, but I like Vinny P today. Lefty hit up against Will Warren. Will Warren, as we kind of talked about, can be very boom or bust. A lot of Ks, but also a lot of ability to get crushed. So Royals are definitely live to be stacked today. Witt, Vinny P, Jack Cags is probably where I'd go, and same with Michael Garcia. I would probably mix in within those four. Sal Perez, I haven't really been taking a lot lately, but if I was doing my whole 120, I would mix him in. But really, for me, it's Michael, Cags, Witt, and Vinny P. If I'm getting to the Royals today, which I think you should. This is a slate that looks absolutely starved for runs. Looking at these guys for the Royals makes a lot of sense in my opinion. Lugo has a nice ERA, by the way, man. But the Yankees are tough. I think he's a professional pitcher, dude. Very, very much a professional pitcher. But I think with 5 games on the slate, you're going to have to bet against the professional ass pitcher. Speaking of professional pitchers, Andrew Heaney against Jameson Taillon in Chicago with the winds blowing in from left benefits Heaney more than it benefits Taillon if you're caring about pulled fly balls. Man, I like Heaney as SP6 today. I know that is just like not ideal going up against the Cubs, but that's just truly how I feel. He just seems it does seem safe to me with some K upside for Heaney. Tyon obviously looks good too with the wind blowing in, going up against the Pirates. I'm going to advocate for some Pirates. Obviously, whose show do you think you're watching? But Tyon is definitely a nice option if you miss out on the top 3 pitchers as well. Let's just look at ADP, see how it's shaping up. O'Neal Cruz, ADP 10. He's outfield 3. I'd probably call him outfield 2. It's O'Neal Cruz, dude. He hits the ball 120 miles an hour, and he steals a lot of bases. Wind's blowing him from left, not from right. Take O'Neal Cruz. Reynolds hitting from his strong side of the plate, also not bad. But after that, I can't really advocate for a whole lot of these guys. Kutch, is he's a nice 3 game stretch against Miami, but hitting him against a righty, it's not a favorable matchup for him. Horowitz has no power from the left side. Nick Gonzalez is hitting the ball really hard, but I prefer Nick Gonzalez against a lefty. Shout out Henry Davis as well. Henry Davis coming into his own, but nothing to draft here. So really, it's just Reynolds and Cruz for me. But I do really like Reynolds a lot more than ADP does. Cubs are overdrafted against my Pirates. They're overdrafted. Kyle Tucker, outfield 2 against a lefty. I don't love it, but the Cubs are just in a vacuum the strongest offense on the slate. So you really have no choice but to look their way in some form or fashion. I don't know, man. I'm gonna be a homer about it. I'm gonna be a homer. I mean, it's just not a strong matchup for the Cubs going up against a lefty pitcher. Uh, plus the weather, isn't great as well. This just seems like a decent fade spot. Let's just be real. Like the ADPs are pretty high here for a total that is 7.5. So I'm gonna probably fade this, but it is chalk. It's just like a rare bad chalk spot in a 5 game slate. All right, White Sox, Astros. Davis Martin doesn't strike anybody out, but does have a nice ERA, 3.62, going up against Framber Valdez, lefty, obviously, for Houston, who is going really well. He's in really good form right now. My SP2 on the slate for sure. Absolutely. Davis Martin is throwing from the right side of the plate, which obviously is beneficial because the Astros have nothing but right-handed pitching. Right-handed hitting, excuse me. As you can see, Paredes, Pena, both right-handers, but Pena, brother, is going super well. I don't know what to make of it other than I guess just buy into it. I think the Astros are probably my favorite team to get to, despite the fact that they're going up against a right-hander. All these guys, Jake Mayer, Yiner, like I'm going to mix in all of these Astros today for sure. Uh, really high ADPs for going up against the White Sox at home with the Crawford boxes. I mean, yeah, give me these Astros at this ADP all day long. White Sox will be no thank you. No thank you for the White Sox for me, man. Frommer has been too strong lately. There's just no reason to do that. I just don't see why that's going to be necessary. Let's just like quickly like build some ranks, man. So we'll put reluctantly we'll put Judge at 1, but so I just realized, dude. Sorry, I hope you can't hear my dog. He's going absolutely nuts because my wife just came home. But here are the Astros. All these right-handed Astros here just look phenomenal. Let's just pull up the roster resources to further illustrate this point. Caratini's a switch hitter. He might be in the lineup. I like Caratini, but I prefer right-handers with the Crawford boxes for sure. Let's just quickly build some ranks here. Let's just put Judge 101. Like I said, reluctantly, people love to draft pitcher in daily, so you really do have to be cognizant of the fact that Judge might not be the overall 101, and you could be way overweight Aaron Judge. I want to be even. Frommer, Sonny Gray, definitely where I'm going 3 and 4 here. Just talk about Aaron Judge. Yeah, O'Neal Cruz, dude. Right where he needs to be for me. O'Neal Cruz, Torque, and then I'll keep Tucker just around, man, just because he is really good. But like, I do not think that's good. That's good chalk. I really don't. But Seiya, we'll keep Seiya up there just to keep him around. This is not necessarily auto draft ranks. We just need to keep him in our line of sight. All right, so 3 pitchers up top here. If we miss on these 3 pitchers, Jameson Taillon definitely looks appealing, but if we're drafting O'Neal Cruz and Brian Reynolds at high clips, we do need to obviously be cognizant of that. And like I said, dude, these Tigers are tough because like I love the Tigers today, but we don't know we don't know what the lineup is. So we really would ideally not be taking swaps on like 30% Kerry Carpenter. But if Kerry Carpenter's in the lineup, let's just fucking roll with it, dude. Let's just roll with it. I think I'll put Andrew Heaney as the break glass pitcher. If he's SP10, double bubble leverage on the Cubs chalk. I just think that he's not this low in projection. He's just not. So let's get Bobby Witt up here. We'll put Bobby Witt ahead of O'Neal Cruz. Let's get Isak up here as well. So that way we know, hey, we like and Vinny P up here. We know we like the Astros. Altuve, dude, I'm not like in love with. Jeremy Pena, I like more, but we'll keep Tuve in mind here. I'm kind of okay with this hodgepodge. I know I like the Astros. Let's get the Yankees in these ranks. Jazz, I'm not really Loving today. I feel confident that he's not going to play. But if we want to take a swap, we can do that. So let's get Belly up here. Let's do that. Kansas City range. Here. Trent Grisham up here as well. Yeah, we can't forget about Dominguez. He's better from the left side too. No ADP for Dominguez, which is kind of wild. Let's see here. Brewers, because the Brewers lefty is just queued up, along with Jackson Churio. Let's get Terang, Yelich, Frelick, Contreras in there, just in case, man. Just in case. I'm not going to queue up any Orioles. It's just a full fade for me, but Colt Keith, Gleyber Torres, we'll keep those guys in mind in our ranks here. And like I said, dude, I really don't have any interest in these White Sox either. So full fade on Orioles and White Sox. That leaves 8 teams for us to be drafting. We got Tigers in the queue. We got Astros in the queue. Some Cardinals with Lars Nootbaar leading that charge against the rookie Mizorowski. We have Cubs reluctantly in the queue, but I do think that they are a good chalk to fade. Pirates are in there with O'Neill, Cruz, and Brian Reynolds. Yeah, this is where I'm at, man. I think I'm going to get 30 drafts in if I have the time. It is an early lock today, so make sure that you kind of trickle, you slow burn those entries until we get some lineups in, because this is an early lock, but it should fill. 25K fills pretty easily. So best of luck if you did the dailies, if you did the early slate. Good luck with this slate. I'll see you guys, soon. If you're going to watch the stream, we're going to do some football today. So best of luck, guys. See you soon.